this situationship of mine, and it wasn't easy to find those old pictures because many got lost to time, but those are the pictures that I have. I obviously censored the faces, but yeah, without further ado, let's begin with this classy, wonderful composition. It's Tina crouching on some garbage cans, hugging me. And it's funny, looking back at those pictures, I realized that I have not really been painting a correct picture of the friendships that I had with all those people, because it's not really relevant to the story about Jean. But just so you know, we were all very affectionate with each other, and there were a lot of good times, and those pictures just make it clear that there was a lot of laughter and a lot of just playfulness. Yeah. So I'm also chewing gum. I hope you don't mind. For some people it's actually a bonus. Yeah, we really thought we did something with this picture, but in fact we did not do a damn thing. But yeah. Okay, so in someone grandmom's living room, apparently, judging by the furniture, we have been partying, and it's me sitting on Dan's lap, as you do, with 30-year-old men when you're 15. And behind us is this unnamed cousin. We'll call him guitar cousin, the one that played guitar very well and was not really participating in the bullshit. And he's talking to Tina, and then next to me in a red shirt, put over another shirt, as you did in the 2000s, is Sam. He's not holding anything illicit or illegal. It's just some local juice that would place us a little bit too close to comfort locally, and I'm not ready to just yet tell where we all from and where we all reside, for obviously reasons. This is me sitting between the guitar cousin on my left in a white shirt, or on my right, on your left, and to my left and to your right is Dan in a blue shirt. Behind us is Sam, and I'm wearing this weird black thingy. What is it called? A bolero? I don't even know, because I used to sweat like a mofo. Anne and I actually had the same problem. It was very much annoying and draining. Draining is not the right word, I guess, for sweating bullets, but yeah, it used to drive me crazy, and it only subsided around the age of like 20. So Anne and I had to improvise, and we had to wear a lot of shit like that, as you can see on the previous picture too. This is me sitting between the guitar cousin and Tina's boyfriend, on and on boyfriend, who we used to fight a lot with, but then again, we still were kind of friendly. It was just very much depending on our mood. So yeah, I guess now we're in our friendship era. And I don't know why I'm wearing a robe, but I can guess. Yeah, we'll see in the pictures to come what might be the reason. Oh yes, here we go. This is the reason I was probably wearing a robe in the previous pictures. This is Jean and I being crazy and pouring beer all over each other. It wasn't a fight or anything. We were just doing that for shits and giggles, play fighting. And I sure hope that the apartment where we were doing that shit in was not carpeted or anything. I would be so pissed. I don't remember which apartment it was. I feel like it might be Jean and Sam's. And yeah, we just randomly started fighting, and then it escalated because Jean got kind of carried away and he threw the contents of a vodka shot right in my face and in my eyes, and it burned like a mofo. He had to wash my face out with water. I was damn near crying. It hurt really bad. But yeah, I also did the same thing with Sam within like a week of us knowing each other outside, and ended up sleeping over at a friend's place while being completely drenched in beer and stinking, and I was too polite to ask, to take a shower, and the friend did not offer, so I just slept like that. And then the very next day we just went out with the boys again while I was stinking like I don't even know, man. Yeah, it's just an outfit check. I think I ate with that one. I just love the silhouette, I love the shoes, I love everything about it. I just had to include it. It's giving Columbine. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, just a bit of gallows humor. Yeah, I talked about how I am trying to keep us anonymous and to not share where we're all from and stuff, but I mean, this picture says it all. If you know, you know. You just know where we all from a little bit. Like, we're all from different countries, but yeah, it's giving Slav. I'm just gonna be honest. Because there's no hiding that. Look at this shit. Jesus Christ. We weren't bad though. We were like the new generation that was just the first generation to be past this shit. So please don't come at us. So on the left is Gus, and then Sam, and then I, and then Anne, holding on to my arm for dear life, because we were actually twinsies and we were together a lot and hugging and holding hands and whatever. I don't mention it in the story much, but we were inseparable. Okay, so this is me, and I'm wearing what looks like Gus's jacket, and I'm also wearing Dan's sweater. Yeah, I do think that it Dan's because it's huge and it kind of looks like something I remember him wearing. Hugging me to my right is Tina's boyfriend, and looking at us smiling with a cigarette is Jean. This is Sam and I just cozying up, as you do. This is actually such a funny picture, and I wish I could show you the faces, but it's Tina's boyfriend holding me, and he just happened to have this like drunk as fuck facial expression that had me rolling when this picture was first taken. It's so funny. This is the guitar cousin, and I love his jacket. It's so cool. Yeah. This is also the guitar cousin and me, and sitting next to me is Jean. This is Anne and I, and so basically the guys left us in their apartment one time to go somewhere, and we were left to our own devices, and we did what we had to do. We got dressed up in the dude's clothes, namely Sam and Jean's, because it was their place, shoes and all, and we just had to role play as them, and we had so much fun. The other girls were also participating, and it just so telling that the very first thing we did was be sexual as hell with each other, gropey as hell, and especially especially the one like of us who played Jean, which was Anne. Yeah, there was a lot of sexual harassment because I think subconsciously we just knew that that's all Jean was about. So Anne just harassed the fuck out of all of us, and it's just funny that that's what our mind immediately jumped to. It's just so telling. This is me and Dan at some New Year's party, I believe. This is the infamous picture that Gene had as his screensaver on his computer of me hugging Anne after school. And it's just so weird. Like, it's not even some type of picture where we're, dressed up or quote unquote sexy or anything. It's just, us just standing there, and this creep put it as his screensaver for some reason, and Anne and I, we just always found it so weird. We just did not know what to think about it, so we just made jokes about it. But Lord, who does that? That was when he was dating her for the first time. This is just Tina pouring me a glass of, or a shot of vodka, and be glad that you don't see my facial expression because it's like deranged. This is me. On my lap is a girlfriend of mine that I don't mention much because she's not relevant to the story, and making kissy faces at me is Tina's boyfriend. This is Dan playing guitar. This is the guitar cousin and I. He's wearing my, pearls, you could say, and is on a phone. Okay. Oh my God, this is, I believe this is the day where I told Jean that I might be late on my period, and he was just like, yeah, whatever, we'll do with it what we can or something. And this is me and Jean hugging, and then there's the guitar cousin behind us, and you could also see Gus's legs. Oh my God, such a classy picture. And I just have to add that it's just so weird that Jean was so okay with me possibly being pregnant, because boy, I'm 15, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble, even though it's not the most illegal thing, unfortunately, where we reside. But yikes, he was so shameless. This is the guitar cousin and I don't know why we were so hands-on on these pictures. We weren't that flirty with each other, with some exceptions that I will be talking about in the next video, but I don't know, that's just the way we posed for pictures, I guess. And I'm wearing his guitar because I just wanted to carry it. I loved the weight of it, and I just loved the fact that there was a guitar in my life. I just love guitar music. I love singing to it, and yeah, we just had so much fun with it. Yeah, again, I don't know what's going on in there, but it is what it is. Yeah. This is Tina and I kissing, as we did a lot. I have modern pictures of us kissing still, so yeah, we do that. This is us just randomly drinking the cheapest vodka outside, right next to our houses, just shameless as fuck. It's me on the left, and it's Anne in the middle. It's Tina wearing my clothes, almost all of them but the pants. And then there's this girl that used to date Sam. The blonde one is in front of us. Tina is actually wearing, let me see, wearing this shirt of mine. Okay, so it's Dan and I. Okay, it's very much potato quality, so I did not censor anything. This was when Jean first started hitting on Anne. It was like right at the beginning of him hitting on her, and already he's so in her space and in her face. You just see the body language and everything, and it's working because her hand is kind of on his stomach already. He was just so shameless and so hands-on, and he just had this way about him that was just very much irresistible to girls. And again, he's not the most good-looking guy. He's not like terribly ugly or anything. He looks like Michael C. Hall, you know, the Dexter actor. But Michael C. Hall is cuter. But yeah, this picture is so telling that they're not even dating, but he's already up close and personal with her so much. Yeah, just, having fun, Tina and I and whoever else, I don't know. This is Tina holding her drunk AF boyfriend and helping him walk because he already fell down on the wet grass, and yeah, it was just so funny. He got so shit-faced that day. This is Tina and I having a photo shoot while wearing identical clothes. It's so funny. My mother took this picture. Jesus Christ. This is Tina wearing my clothes. As you can see, she's like very fit and pretty, and yeah, it's easy to see why guys were all over her. She's a very pretty woman, and used to be a very pretty girl, and my clothes and the whole style suited her very much, and she liked to wear my clothes, and she liked to role play at this like punk girl. She just loved to wear this identity as a mask occasionally. Yeah, so this is Tina and I. She's the one holding me. She was strong, y'all. It's a very rare occasion where I'm dressed more girly and Tina is dressed more like a dude. Normally it was the other way around, even though Tina's personality is much more masculine than mine. We're both kind of very much in touch with our masculine side, but she's even more so. So we just had to make use of this like different setup and different gender roles we were portraying that day. Yeah, see how strong she is, just effortlessly holding me. Yeah, we just had to go there. We made her wear the hood so you don't see that it's a girl. Yeah, I'm wearing my only skirt, and that was the first time I felt comfortable being more girly, and that were my first attempts to just, wear short skirts and stuff like that, and I really like that, and it's still my go-to look to this day. But it was just the beginning. It was a rare occasion when I dressed like this. Okay, as you can see, it's all very bougie and very classy. Again, sir, your nationality is showing. It's the guitar cousin laying on me, and then behind me is some random dude I don't remember, and then it's God's Sam's off and on girlfriend Melanie that I've mentioned and I will be mentioning more of again, and it's Dan on the right smoking. It's the day where Dan and I started being like close to each other, and when he started flirting with me first. Yeah, just an outfit. I really much love the way I used to dress. I don't know what changed. I just kind of chose to portray different things about me, and yeah, those are the cuts that I mentioned when I was missing Jean and stuff. But as you can see, I'm not like in a depressed phase or anything. I'm just rocking it. Yeah, it's Anne and I kissing on a school trip or something, smoking. slept together on that day, and I still don't know why I did that, because I was so into Dan and I just loved hanging out with Dan, and I don't know why I would deal with Jean. I just knew that Dan and I will never happen. I guess Dan was even less real than Jean was, so I just kind of went with Jean. I don't know. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of alcohol in every picture. We used to drink a lot, and I was young. I could afford to drink because I was barely hungover and stuff like that. But yeah, we drank a lot back in the day. This is me and guitar cousin sharing headphones, listening to some music. I still have not improved my posture, if you're curious. It's us dancing, and it's Sam holding my waist, and then there's a guitar cousin wearing some ugly ass grandpa shirt. What the fuck was that? Oh my god, this is so fucking funny. So yeah, I totally forgot about that. It was New Year's, and Dan and I were kind of the last men standing, and we did not know where to sleep. We tried to sleep on the floor. He covered me with his jacket, as you see here. But then someone, I guess it was my best friend, who was sleeping next to Gus, who's wearing these like cargo pants in here, this picture. She stood up because she thought the party was going on, and she woke up and she stood up because I guess Sam called from the living room, was like, oh, who wants to continue the party? And my best friend stood up, lost her sleeping place because we immediately jumped on the opportunity to sleep there. And as she walked into the living room, Sam was already sleeping again. So yeah, and then we slept like this. I was like in between Gus, who, as you might remember, had like feelings for me and stuff. So he was like so happy. And I slept between Dan and Gus. And in the morning, the way this couch was set up, it's like a pull-out couch or whatever. The second Gus stood up from that couch, it turned and like became vertical, and Dan and I kind of I fell on him basically, and we were trapped between the vertical couch and the wall. Yeah, it was so funny, and we started day drinking immediately after getting up. This is not a digital picture, this is a real picture of Jean and I, and the body language says it all. The way he just like holds me and looks at the camera with this like challenge on his face. I don't know, I kind of like those pictures, those very old ones of us. And I think that's the last one, and it's Anne and I hugging. So yeah, that's all I could find. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it kind of added some visuals to the way we were. I talk about a lot of negative things, but in truth, there was a reason why this group stayed together for as long as it did, and it was because we really did have a lot of good times together. There was always laughter, there was always some playful things happening. We had so much fun together, and I do miss that a lot to this day. I wish we handled it better. I wish there was not so much drama, but it is what it is. And yeah, that's it for this video, and if I find any more interesting pictures, I would include them in a separate video.